Welcome inside another edition of Vikings Update. I'm Mark Potts, Sports Information Director at Valley City State University. Our guest on the show this week, Jamie Paurus, head coach of the Viking golf teams. We'll talk about their spring qualifier coming up April 25th and 26th. But first, let's get to baseball and softball results. We opened this week's show with baseball highlights. Vikings hosting University of Winnipeg last week for a doubleheader that was televised on Beck Broadcasting. VCSU trailed 4-2 in Game 1, but RBI hits here by Nate Bagby and Ben Brunges drove in 2 runs and tied the game in the bottom of the 6th inning at 4. That set up the game winner by freshman Jaden Miller, who lined a 3-2 pitch into right field, scoring Tyler Euchstead for a walk-off win in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bagby, Brunges, and Jared Micklejohn all had a pair of hits to lead the Viking offense as VCSU took home the 5-4 victory. Jonathan Vance earned his first collegiate win, pitching 3 solid innings of relief to finish the game. In Game 2, it was all Vikings early and often. VCSU pounded out 17 hits and 17 runs as they swept the doubleheader with a 17-0 victory in Game 2. VCSU scored 4 runs in the first inning, 6 runs in the second, and 5 in the third to go up 14-0 early on. Big game for freshman Ryan Sand, who went 4 for 4 at the plate with 3 RBIs. Jake Rambo added 2 hits and a game-high 4 RBIs. 5 different Vikings had at least 2 hits in that game. Freshman John Tyre earned his first collegiate win, pitching 2 scoreless innings for the Vikings. VCSU resumed conference play this past weekend against number 3 ranked Bellevue University. Day 1 was played in West Fargo as Bellevue used big innings late in the games to win 9-3 and 9-1. Day 2 was played in Valley City. VCSU held a 6-3 lead in Game 1, but Bellevue rallied late to force extra innings and won 8-6 in extras. Game 2 went to Bellevue as well as the Bruins completed a series sweep with an 8-1 victory. Viking baseball now 16-26 overall, 7-9 in conference play. They currently sit in 5th place in the conference standings. Non-conference game Wednesday at North Dakota State, and then the Vikings resume conference play this weekend against number 9 ranked Jamestown. Saturday's games in Valley City and Sunday in Jamestown. Vikings softball was in action a week ago. Non-conference games at Mayville State, and the Vikings recorded a sweep. C.J. Hillhorst had 7 RBIs in Game 1 as she led a come-from-behind 8-7 victory for the Vikings. Game 2 went to VCSU as well as they pounded out 12 hits and 11 runs in an 11-6 victory. Vikings were back in conference play Monday against Bellevue, which was receiving votes in the NAI Top 25 poll. VCSU took care of business in Game 1, winning 9-7. Kathleen Goulet earned the win, pitching 5 strong innings in relief and striking out 8 batters. Game 2 went to Bellevue as the Bruins scored the final 7 runs, rallying from an early 3-1 deficit. Viking softball is now 26-9 overall, 8-4 in conference play, currently 4th in the conference standings. Non-conference doubleheader at Jamestown on Wednesday, and then VCSU back home for 4 conference games this weekend. Vikings host Waldorf College 1 p.m. on both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is senior day for the Vikings, who will be honoring their 4 seniors following the games. VCSU track and field hit the road to Dickinson last Thursday for the Blue Hawk Games. 2 first-place finishes for the Viking men. Nicholas Ernst won the 400-meter dash, and Malik Jackson topped a field of 12 runners to win the 800-meter run in just over 2 minutes. The top women's performance came from Siri Geisler, who placed 2nd in the javelin. She set a new personal best with a throw of 44.04 meters. Geisler currently ranked 4th in the nation in women's javelin, and she will be competing at the NAI National Meet in May. VCSU track heads to Aberdeen, South Dakota this weekend for the NSU Invitational on Friday and Saturday. A few future Vikings to tell you about. Women's basketball has signed Annie Swenson, a guard from Fargo-Shanley High School. Swenson led North Dakota Class A girls basketball in made three-pointers during the regular season, averaging 3 made threes per game. Shanley has won 3 straight Class A titles and won a state record 70 straight games. And Viking men's golf has added a pair of golfers for next fall. Jeremy Passany from St. Paul, Alberta, and Cameron Rawl from Hope Page High School in North Dakota have both signed letters of intent to golf for the Vikings starting in August. Speaking of Viking golf, they had to cancel the VCSU Invitational last weekend due to rain, so Viking golf has just 1 meet remaining this spring, the North Star Athletic Association Conference Meet. That will be played April 25th and 26th at Wilderness Ridge Golf Course in Lincoln, Nebraska. The results of 36 holes there will be combined with 36 holes from the fall meet to determine the national qualifiers. And we're joined on this week's edition of Vikings Update by Jamie Paurus, head golf coach here at Valley City State University. And Jamie, been a typically frustrating spring for golfers in North Dakota. You're able to play 1 early meet at Dickinson. You've had 2 weekends then since postponed and canceled. So you're going into the conference tournament this next weekend with only 1 meet under your belt. But tell us a little bit about that conference tournament, where you're going, and what the procedure is there to qualify for nationals.
Yes. we're going to Wilderness Ridge in Lincoln, Nebraska for the spring qualifier. We had the fall qualifier at Oxbow Country Club. And what we do now is we play 36 holes in the fall, 36 in the spring, and you sum up all the rounds for the 72 holes. The winning team goes to nationals, as well as the medalist for the tournament individually.
Your men come into this spring qualifier in pretty good shape, actually. They had a good fall. 19 shots back at Bellevue in the team race, third out of 7 teams, so that's pretty good. And Ben Sorensen, senior on your team, he's just 3 shots back of the lead. What do you make of his chances, and do you have some goals and expectations for the team going in?
Right, yeah, the team got 19 strokes. That's really, 3 strokes an individual there. So if we were able to improve upon, by that amount each time, we'd have a good chance of coming back. I think Ben's got a pretty good shot. He's probably going to have to shoot right around par, maybe even better par down there at that course, just expecting those players that have been golfing a little longer, probably had a few more meets under their belt, so I think they're going to perform better as well in the spring.
Kyle Wiebe also in the running. He's in 10th place, 7 shots back, first place for the men's side. The women are in 5th place as a team. Tell us a little bit about Wilderness Ridge Golf Course, what you know about the place you're going to play.
Yes, it's one of the nicer courses, rated higher, or very highly in the state of Nebraska. It's a very long course. So, it'll be a little more demanding than some of the courses that we've played on here. So, if the weather's weather is nice, not too much wind, I think that's, we're able to score well there. It's just going to depend on, the weather and then how we come to play and how prepared we are with the limited amount of tournament experience.
Right. You've only been able to play one tournament this spring, but have you been able to get out on the local courses and keep the team fresh?
Yeah, the courses around here open around spring breaks. We've had about a month on the course already. So we've been going through practices and playing, holes here and there. It's just if we could get out of the slump of 40 degrees and rain, it'd help out a lot more. But yeah, we've been able to get out and put some time in on the course there. So it's not like we're going to be going out there and just walking onto the course for the first time.
Women's team has received a bit of a boost this semester with Haley Christofferson coming back to play. Tell us a little bit about what she adds to the team.
Yeah, Haley was here for her freshman and sophomore year, went to NDSU, transferred back now. So she's going to be right in that role of our 1 or 2 number golfers right there. So, she's probably going to save our team anywhere from 10 to 15 strokes on a team total there. So it's really good to have her back and excited to have her for one more year after this.
Jamie Paurus, head coach of the Viking men's and women's golf teams. They are in action at the North Star Spring Qualifier coming up April 25th and 26th. Coach, we appreciate the time and good luck to you.
All right, thank you.